Hello there, World of Tankers! Welcome to the channel. I'm of course your host, Droodles, Blitz, and in today's video we are going to be lowering my voice a couple octaves and talking about something in a very deep voice, because it's important, which is, I guess, what deep voice things do. But anyway, the Sturmtiger has been announced that it will be coming out on World of Tanks Mercenaries, which, for any of you who aren't aware, is World of Tanks Xbox and console, should I put it at that. Which is pretty awesome, because the Sturmtiger is a vehicle that nobody ever thought was going to come into any World of Tanks, should I say, game. Because it's always been this fantasized vehicle that it carries a 38-centimeter gun. Now, to put in your mind how big a 38-centimeter gun is, it is over double the thickness of a 183's barrel, which is ridiculous when you think about it. I mean, the Vindicator actually carries the gun of the Sturmtiger. Unfortunately, Wargaming didn't, well, thankfully Wargaming didn't give it like 1,500 damage. But yeah, you can just imagine the Vindicator's gun on a tier 10 tank destroyer that deals like 1,000 damage a shot in World of Tanks Blitz. And while it may seem very far-fetched that Blitz might be seeing the Sturmtiger in the future, it might not be as far-fetched as you think. Now, there's a specific reason why I'm showing you this replay on Rockfield, and it has nothing to do with the 113 or any of that gameplay. It has to do with this bunker right here. Now, you can also find this on Vineyards, not this bunker, but the tank that is hidden inside this bunker. If you take a look there, yes, that is a Sturmtiger, or Sturmtiger, however you want to pronounce it. A Sturmtiger, I think, is correct, but, well, I guess I'll just say Tiger for all of you out there. But, yeah, that is an actual Sturmtiger sitting in there. It is not a fake. This is actually done by Wargaming themselves, as I think a bit of an ode to the vehicle. Now, what's really cool is that when we take a look at Wargaming Deutschland's video on the Sturmtiger line being announced, you'll also notice that they're kind of just flying around on a map. And, oh, what's this? They're going to a very similar looking hangar door. One that looks almost uncannily similar to this door. And then they zoom into the door, and you'll never guess what's hidden inside of that door. Well, look at there. It's the Sturmtiger. And now they've brought it out for real playing. And that is why I have the slightest inkling that we could possibly seeing the Sturmtiger coming into Blitz. Now, this won't be in the near future, because these tanks here are not coming out until, you'll notice at the end of this video, till June 17th. And that is, as I scroll to my calendar, a lot of months away. Yeah, so these tanks are not coming out for a while, and they're probably wanting to test them. What the heck is that reverse? Okay, clearly this is clearly it's a little bit more of a joke in this video, but yeah, the line has been actually announced. And if you don't believe me, well, this is the actual line published by World of Tanks themselves. You can see them on their website, and this is the German tech tree expansion, the Sturmtiger line. So I figured, you know what, in today's video, let's break into the line that's coming out on World of Tanks console. And if this could be a viable line to come into Blitz, do I actually want to see these tanks come into Blitz or anything else like that? If you expected this video to tell you that the Sturmtiger will or will not be coming into the game, unfortunately, I can't really help you with that, as I am not a fortune teller for all vehicles, although I was pretty accurate on the Sheridan coming into the game. But, yeah, for the most part, I cannot tell you the future. So this video isn't clickbait. The title of the video is going to be like, could the Sturmtiger come to Blitz or something like that? So, yeah, we're going to be breaking straight into this line. Now, this is the Tier 5. It's called the I think it's Stug. I mean, that's what it normally is, but there's like a one, Stulug. I don't know. Stulg. There you go. That's how I'm trying to pronounce it. Somebody let me know in the comments down below. But this vehicle carries quite a large gun, a 15 centimeter. Now, to put it in comparison of how large that gun is, a 15 centimeter is a 150 millimeter. The same gun you'd find on, you know, vehicles like the E100 and RHM BWT. This is a tier 5 that carries it. Now, thankfully, it does not have RHM levels of damage. It's 350 a shot. But to be fair, 350 is quite impressive, judging that your standard ammo and your premium HE both deal the same penetration, 65 millimeters, but 450 on the HE. 450. Now, to be fair, in Blitz, this isn't anything surprising, judging that we have a tank called the Gargoyle, which kind of does this already with like 400 HE damage. It's pretty ridiculous. So, the Stug, whatever you want to pronounce it, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty similar to this, the Brumbar. Now, the Brumbar is literally a Sturmtiger, just a tier 6 version of it. It carries a massive, whopping damage of 660 for a tier 6 vehicle. It looks to be quite lightly armored, as it does have the casus of what looks to be a Panzer IV. Actually, it says right here, Panzer IV cases. So yeah, it's a quite quick tank, my guess would be, and it doesn't seem to have any armor, though. So probably very easy to penetrate, but very mobile, and judging that it does carry a 660 damage gun, yeah, that's pretty dang impressive. Now, the standard damage and the HE damage is the same, so my guess is that this vehicle is going to have increased HE splash damage or something. I actually have no clue, but that is the Tier 6. Moving on to Tier 7, we got the Sturmpanzer, and this Tier 7 is now going to have the largest gun for a Tier 7 in the game in World of Tanks console, a 21 centimeter howitzer. And not only that, but this howitzer deals 740 damage on its standard with 203 pen and 950 on the HE with 90 millimeters of pen. Now again, for Blitz, this isn't actually anything ridiculous. I mean, 740 is very high, but to be fair, we do have tanks like the Smasher, which have 960 HE damage and 640 on the standard. So, honestly, it's nothing ridiculous, but we're starting to get there. I mean, this tank looks pretty well armored. Judging that, it's basically a Jagdpanther 2, but just at a tier lower. As you can see, it's got that same chassis. I'm losing my word. I was going to say chassis, but that's not how you say it. It's chassis, right? Somebody let me know in the comments as well about that. Droodles English be amazing. But yeah, this vehicle looks really cool. You can see it's got that 21 centimeter howitzer right there on it, kind of like a stubby boy. But yeah, that's some pretty impressive damage for a tier 7 that also probably has okay mobility and very well armor. Now this is the Sturmtiger P. This is literally a Ferdinand. I mean, you can see it yourself. It is definitely a Ferdinand, just with a different gun. What type of gun? A 780 damage per shot gun, a 22 centimeter, and the HE deals 1,000 damage per shot. Also, it has 262 pen on the standard. This is actually a vehicle I really think would be cool in Blitz. I mean, it's a Ferdinand, so it has like no armor. We know that the Ferdinand, it can get bounces, but really for the most part, don't expect bounces. The superstructure is only like 200 thick. It's very easy to penetrate. So yeah, that is really, really cool to look at. Just a Ferdinand with a much larger gun. My guess, though, is there is a massive drawback to these vehicles. Either terrible, awful, out of this world dispersion, or just horrifically long reloads, kind of like artillery. When we take a look at the tier 9, the bar, this thing is pretty weird looking. I honestly don't even know what to say it looks like. I mean, the superstructure looks like a mouse's turret, as you can see, and then the hull looks almost like a VK4502B mixed with maybe an E75. All I know is I can definitely tell you that that is a very well armored hull, and that is a very, very large cannon, a 30 centimeter cannon at that, which deals, 1,100 damage. Nothing special, just enough to completely ruin your day and everybody else's day that is next to you. Yeah, this is a pretty cool looking vehicle, and I don't even know what to say at this point. I mean, it's got 283 millimeters of penetration, 105 on the HE, and 105 on the other HE. Now again, the HE on all of these vehicles probably just has more splash damage, but imagine pinning a 1,400 damage HE in a tier 9 vehicle on, let's say, a tier 8, like, I don't know, the Ferdinand, which only has like 1,200 hit points on PC. Oh boy, yeah, that would be the end of that vehicle. And then finally, we end off with the Sturmtiger. Now, the Sturmtiger, as we did talk about before, has the largest calibered gun in the game at a 38 centimeter, or otherwise known as a 380 millimeter. Something really cool about this tank is that it actually doesn't use normal gun shells. You'd see, like, obviously, it's a massive cannon, but you'll notice just how short the barrel is on this tank. And you might be thinking, well, how is it possible it shoots a shell and actually aims it if it's only got, like, a, couple foot barrel? So the reason it actually works so well is because it has a rocket-propelled shell. And this is something I've always thought was cool about it, is that it's literally a missile, but you just aim it with a barrel that you launch it out of. So it's kind of a shell, but a missile at the same time. Kind of just like getting a bottle rocket or a Roman candle and letting it go, shoo! And then, just with 5,000 kilograms of TNT or whatever is inside of it, ridiculous, enough to destroy any fortifications probably in front of it. Now, this was obviously based off of the Tiger, and it's basically a super heavily armored Tiger. I mean, you can see that thick armor just slapped on the front there. So it's a Tiger that was just fortified massively, added a bigger engine, and then they put on a 380 millimeter cannon that is dealing 1,300 damage on its standard shell, just the average damage of a Hess shell from a 183, and the HE having 115 millimeters of pen and 1700 average damage. Now, judging that this thing actually has good armor, not only is it probably going to be able to fight in the front line with a decent top speed of maybe 30-35 kilometers per hour, but it doesn't even need the pen, the high explosive, to completely ruin somebody's day. I mean, I don't know what to say about this tank. Obviously, the line is not coming out for a while, as it is currently October 15th, and June is, yeah, a while away. But still, for the most part, I'm very excited to see these tanks come out in console, and I don't know what I'm going to think about these lines if they were ever to come into PC or Blitz, because the issue with the Sturmtiger is it would obviously have to have Big Alpha if they brought it into Blitz, and probably looking at the damage of this vehicle here, it would have 930 or something similar to the 183's standard, and something similar to the 183's premium. Maybe even 1,000 damage a shot, you never know. But imagine a heavily armored tank, kind of like an E100, that then has a gun that has more penetration, and as well has, 1,000 average damage on its standard ammo. I don't think I would like that too much in Blitz. I think that it's a cool idea, but there's a reason why Wargaming has held off so long from bringing this into the game. Maybe if their players were leaving and the game was dying, it's a good last-ditch effort, but for now, yeah, I really don't think it's a good idea to have a tank like this in World of Tanks Blitz. Maybe that's why they added it to PC, because I know PC is, console, because I know console isn't nearly as popular as it used to be, and not many people play it anymore, so maybe they did this to bring a lot of people into the game. I mean, heck, I want to try it out on console, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about today's video in the comments down below. If you'd like to see more updates on this as the line does get, should I say, introduced into the game. But obviously, we all have to wait for a while, June 17th to be exact. But hopefully, you enjoyed today's video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye!